Good morning. Pick a pepper, any pepper. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Good morning. These are the seeds that I got in the mail yesterday. They finally arrived and I was waiting and waiting for them so I can start them in the house and then move them out to our greenhouse. I usually grow peppers in the greenhouse. I was told many years ago by someone who worked at the farm with us that, and he was from Mexico, that the trick to growing peppers is, yes, they need that heat. Think of where they're grown, right? They need the heat, but the most important time for them to have that heat is at night. So make sure that you have them somewhere where they're going to retain that heat overnight. So I've got some really cool little, they're called Hungarian cheese peppers. They're just basically the shape of a small orange, but kind of flat. I love them for stuffed peppers. They're just perfect little sizes, so you can do anything with them. They're great with rice and beans and a bit of salsa, lots of tasty ideas. And then there's this, speaking of salsa, there's a sweet salsa organic pepper, which I'm really looking forward to starting. And then there's the typical red and green ones. Having some green peppers is nice for a bit of color. Poblano peppers. Mary Malner is the one who introduced me to these peppers. She makes the most amazing stuffed peppers with this flavor, and I've never really seen them until we had them at her house. So Mary 906. I'll have to send the recipe. She's got a great Facebook page with lots of great recipes that she shares all the time. And then of course there's jalapenos, which I like to add to, I'm going to be making some hot pepper sauce this summer again. So looking forward to that. Yeah, this is show and tell. I planted some basil yesterday, but I'm going to plant some more. We love pesto. I love adding basil to so many things. It's really aromatically, it's really good for our stress and cortisol levels. So it's just nice to rub your hands over it and enjoy it. I'll also be starting some table beets inside. I like to choose varieties that are short season up here, and all of these seeds are from William Dam Seeds. They were a little bit late coming, but they have arrived, so I'm really grateful. The beets, of course, are great for the beets. I like using them raw, grated in salads, cooking them, pickling them, but the beet tops are amazing as well. And I love yellow golden beets. You can see the gorgeous color. When you slice them open, they're actually golden orange inside. Really pretty if you're making steamed beets and have them, if you're making a salad raw, you can spiralize them. They're amazing. I won't be planting beans for a while. Oh yeah, sugar snap peas. I also have some snow peas that are going to be going in. As soon as the ground can be worked, you can start getting these plants in. They won't mind a light frost. So the greenhouse, I probably wouldn't plant these outside for another little while because the ground is going to stay quite firm, but we're having some warm temperatures coming up this week. So they're definitely going in the greenhouse. And then more kale. You saw my kale plants yesterday. I've got the big, long, they call it the black magic, the dinosaur kale, the long black green leaves. And then the one that I had shown yesterday was our Russian red. This is Nero di Toscana. So it's just another, depending on the leaves, this is actually quite tender. If you pick the kale leaves when they're small, they're really yummy. And of course some radishes. I also have some daikon radishes. So lots of seeds going to be planted today. Always exciting. Yes, so looking forward to that. My tomatoes germinating now, so really lots of work with watching them, and as they germinate and get bigger, I'm going to be potting them into other plant pots. So you'll be seeing all of that as well. I actually have in our Embrace Your Life, I have all about a food group as well. So I'll be sharing some of the pictures and things in that group. So if you Embrace Your Life, check out our little food group in there. The other thing that I wanted to mention today, oh yes, so yesterday, remember I said I was going to be doing the Unleash Your Strengths group chat. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I learned so much about Ralph. So Ralph has had his top 5 strengths done, and I am going to ask him to do his full report of 34. Ralph's number one is ideation, which means he looks at things and he can pick out little gems that people often miss. And he thinks that they are amazing and really important. And it's wonderful because he brings things to the table that I may have overlooked. But as we learned about this strength yesterday in our conversation with Eddie and the whole gang, I also learned that people who have this kind of ideation are always pulling out all these little snippets of ideas and stuff, and they create a lot of work for people around them because they want things done with these ideas and they want to talk about them and they want to do it. An example is Ralph always loves trying out new Linux systems. So the operating system at our farm computer is changing every once in a while. So Natalie will have to reinstall a lot of the information and things like that. So it does make a lot of work. The other thing that we learned about in our learning about the strengths is the activator. So Ralph has a number 4 strength, is activator, which means he needs things done right away. So he gets these little ideas that are really important to him, but maybe not as important to us in the short term, and he wants them done right away. So yeah, what do you do? So you could scream and pull your hair out. Or what I did was, I thought, oh my gosh, these are Ralph's strengths. These are who he is. And when he does these things, he shines. And then I had to think about, okay, what has he done with this kind of strength? And how has it benefited our family? How has it benefited our relationship? And the beautiful thing is, yes, we have a Linux operating system on all of our computers. We haven't had any Microsoft working in probably 10 years on any of our stuff. It's free, there's shareware, we've never had viruses. It's a brilliant system, and it's because he found it, and he kind of supports the underdogs. And as far as being an activator and wanting to get things done right away, it's because he is fueled by these ideas, and he needs to see them happening. If he leaves it for too long, he gets either discouraged, thinking we don't care about his ideas, or he might feel that he's the only one who wants to be doing this, or he just loses interest, or he gets discouraged. So I needed to explain to him that, yes, I'm also an activator, I'm an achiever, I am an empathetic. Empathy is my number 3 strength. So I totally now understand why he gets like this when he gets all these ideas. And I need to find a way to support him because what he does is brilliant. And he also, when I read all this to him yesterday, understood that I am the way I am, that I need to deep dive into my intellection. I need to sit with ideas and think about them. I gather information all the time. Ralph gathers information all the time as well, but he looks at the things that I may have overlooked. So together, we're dynamite. And it was just so beautiful to realize that. That's why we make such an amazing couple. It's not without its ups and downs, believe me, but just seeing how we are and what our strengths are and how we can use them together as a team, that we just need to give space to each other to embrace our strengths and work together, right? And that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. That really gave me so much insight, and him so much insight. So I know I've talked about the strengths before. If you have done them, please let me know. I'd love to help you understand your strengths report. And if you haven't done them, you've heard me talk about them. They apply to everything. It's not just about the business. It's all about relationships. It's about working with your teens. Eddie and the Unleash Your Strength community, they had a whole workshop on teenagers. If you want to know what your teens' strengths are and how you can support them, it was absolutely brilliant. I can send you the link to that. Yeah, so just learning more about who we are and what we have available to offer, and acknowledging that we all have strengths and we all have these beautiful gifts, and we just need to see them in ourselves first to know that we are enough, and then to be able to shine those gifts and really share them with everybody. That's why we were given these gifts, to share them. It wasn't just to sit with them and not do anything with them. So yeah, having strengths done and understanding them has really been life-changing for me. I'm just so very grateful. And then last announcement for this morning is, you hear me talk about Symphony of the Cells, maybe not as much recently, but Symphony of the Cells is an amazing way of applying essential oils to our body for different body systems, developed by Boyd Truman. I've done 2 trainings in the past, and Yana and I are doing a great workshop on Thursday. On Thursday afternoon at 1:30, we're going to go Facebook Zoom with a just talking about the oils that we use for one of the applications. We're going to actually go through them all. It's kind of a beginner's 101 class on essential oils because we'll be talking a little bit about them. So if you're still learning about essential oils and want to chime in, I'll put the link below. And then at night, I'm also going to do a Facebook Live repeating that information for anybody who missed it or would prefer to see the Facebook Live version. Yeah, this is again part of my Diamond Club classes. So if you're interested in joining up with doTERRA after one of these classes, there's lots of perks available, lots of free oils and books and things like that for anybody joining up with me this month. That's about it. It's kind of a gray day out there, but that's okay. I've got lots of seeds to plant, and I have another coaching session this afternoon with Steve at Unleash Your Strengths. We're using our strengths for the doTERRA business, learning how to connect with people. So for me, it's connecting with the right people and helping them move forward, and just learning how I can do that, honoring my strengths, because what I have is enough and I love it. All right. Not sure what you're up to today. You can drop a line. Let me know if you're planting any seeds this year. If you started any, or if you have any questions. I've been growing vegetables and working in the garden since I was a little girl, so I'm open to answering any questions you might have or recommendations, and would love to hear about your garden progress this year. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I love you very much, and I appreciate you all. Thank you. Bye.